Okay, I have my top 10 pitchers in baseball history ranked, combining offense and defense. Ken Arzone talking baseball, Friday, April 24th, 2026. This list, these are the top 10 guys that really impress me. Now, I could fluctuate between the order, but these guys made an impression on me. They're my top 10. Number one, Walter Johnson. You gotta put him number one. 417 wins, 110 shutouts. You know what I like about Walter Johnson? I click his name on. I like this. He pitched 5,914 innings. And you know what his ERA was, career? 2.17. That is incredible. And how about this? He had 3,509 strikeouts. He probably could have had more if he was on a better team. He was on the Washington Senators during his 21 years, stayed with the team. I think he could, if he played for the Yankees, he would have had 500 wins. Maybe Boston Red Sox, maybe Baltimore, one of those teams during that time. They played for the Washington Senators. They didn't win that many games, and they got one World Series win in 21 years. I got to go with Walter Johnson, number one. Number two, Christy Mathewson impresses me. Why? Well, he had 373 wins. He was pitching right at the turn of the century there, 1900. But you know what's very impressive? 373 wins, and he did it in 17 years. And in 17 years, he had 4,700 innings. Give him 20 years, 21 years. I think he has more wins than Walter Johnson. Because Johnson had 4 more years on him. He pitched 21 years. Mathewson, 21. No, 17 years. 21 for Walter Johnson, 17 years for Christy Mathewson. And you know what Christy did? He stopped pitching at age 35. Give him 5 more years. Maybe he gets to 450 wins. He would have been number 2 all time. I got to go with Christy Mathewson, number 2. How about his career ERA? 2.13. Johnson and Mathewson, 1 and 2 on my book. Number 3. I'm going to go with Cy Young. Why? He's got the 511 wins. Okay. But how about this? Click on his name. Cy Young. He lost a lot of games. That hurts. But how about this? 906 games. He had 815 starts. That's a record. Nobody will beat that one. So he's got the 511 wins, which no one will beat that record. 815 games started. No one will beat that record. So that's 2 records. Unbreakable. Then he gets another record, complete games, 749. That's a record that will never be broken. So he's got 3 unbreakable records. You want to go for 4? He had 7,356 innings. That is a record that will never be broken. So that's 4 unbreakable records. And then he's got another record. He's got a 5th unbreakable record. Did you know this? He faced 29,565 batters. Nobody is even coming close in second place as far as batters faced. Cy Young, number 3. 4 on my list. I'm going to go with the Ryan Express. Nolan Ryan. Why? 7 no-hitters. Come on. He had 7 no-hitters. 2 of them were past age 40. He's got the 324 wins. I like that. Too many losses, but I'm not looking at that. But how about this one? 5,714 strikeouts. Career. That is a record that will never be broken. Come on. You think someone's going to get 5,000 strikeouts again? Not in this day and age. No way. That's an unbreakable record. Also, as far as the no-hitters, he had 7. I heard I think I read somewhere, I don't know the exact number. I think it's 10, 11, or 12 one-hitters. Just think in those games, if he doesn't give up that one hit, he could have had 8, 9, or 10 no-hitters. He was that good. Fastball, Ryan Express. You got to go with number 4, Nolan Ryan. Number 5, Sandy Koufax. He only pitched 12 years. But 4 no-hitters, one of them a perfect game. And since he only pitched 12 years, let's say he pitches 20 years, hypothetically. He probably could have had 4 more no-hitters. He probably could have had 8 or 9 no-hitters if he pitches 20 to 22 years like some other guys did. He was that good, but his arm got sore after 12 years. The other stat on Sandy Koufax you cannot bypass. He had a perfect game. Out of his 4 no-hitters, one of them was a perfect game. I think he would have been the one pitcher in baseball history to pitch a second perfect game if he had pitched another 8 years. During that time, he was so good, and if his arm wasn't sore, he may have pitched a second perfect game. You know, nobody in baseball history has 2 perfect games. I think there's 20 guys that have a perfect game, but nobody has 2 of them. Sandy Koufax would have been the guy if he had pitched 20 years. Oh, man. Too bad he retired. Number 6 on my list, got to go with Greg Maddux. This guy was really good. 355 wins. I like it. 5,000 innings. He had also 3,300 strikeouts. But you know what impresses me about Greg Maddux? He pitched for 23 years. And let me count it just to be accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years, double-digit wins out of 23. Not bad. Greg Maddux, you're number 6 on my list. Also, combine the defense. Remember, he was really good defensively. He had all those gold gloves. The other guys I've been covering, they were average on defense. But Maddux, I think he's 1 or 2 as far as defensive pitchers. Him and Pete Alexander were really good defensively. 7 out of my list, Pete Alexander, 373 wins. Now, if he didn't have trouble in his private life, I guess he had some off-field issues, Pete Alexander. But This guy, really good. 5,190 innings. He had 90 shutouts, number 2 all time behind Walter Johnson. Pete Alexander. And did you know what he did in his rookie year? He comes up at age 24. Too bad he didn't start at age 20. But he comes up at age 24, and he wins 28 games in his rookie season. That is a record that will never be broken. There's no rookie coming up in today's pitching age that will win 28 games in his first year. Not going to happen. He had 3 seasons, 30 or more wins. Pete Alexander is number 7 on my list. I think he pitched till he's age 43. I think Pete Alexander and Christy Mathewson, both of them, have 373 wins. But in Mathewson's case, he stopped pitching at age 35. If he keeps going another 5 years, he gets up to 450 wins. But in Pete Alexander's case, he started at age 24. So if he starts at age 20, that's 4 years, right? He could have been up to 450 wins. He was that good. Johnson's number 2 in wins, 417. But I think Mathewson and Alexander would have beat him in wins if they had pitched more years. 7 on my list, Pete Alexander. Number 8, I'm going to go with Randy Johnson. 2 no-hitters, one of them a perfect game. This guy, let me click on his name, 22 years. He was very dominant left-hander. You know what he did? He had 4,875 strikeouts. That's number 2 all time behind Ryan. 303 wins. The only flaw with him, not enough complete games at 100. If he had stayed in more in games, he would have had more wins. He got taken out in a lot of games. Didn't finish. If he has like 200 complete games, I think he would have had like 350, maybe 375 wins. Because a lot of times when he was taken out, the relievers came in and the game got lost. If I was Randy Johnson, I would say, hey, don't take me out. I want a complete game. I want the wins. I guess during his era, they were trying to protect his arm, so he wouldn't go 9 innings. Walter Johnson and Mathewson, and even Nolan Ryan, they go 9 innings. They don't want to come out. And they had more complete games. Number 9 on my list, Lefty Grove. This guy was really good too. 300 wins. They say that he could have had 350, maybe 400 wins. Why? He started at age 25. Get him going at age 19 or 20. He's got 5 solid years. 20 wins a year. He was averaging pretty in his prime. He could have had 400 wins, that guy, Lefty Grove. I'll put him number 9 on my list. Number 10, Warren Spahn. Why? You can't overlook the fact that that guy had 363 wins. And you know what happened to him? He served 3 years in the military in his prime. He started at age 21, did not get a win. So at age 22, 23, and 24, it was during 1943, 44, and 45. Those were the World War II years. He did not pitch. Those are 3 prime years. Yet he finishes with 363 wins. Give him those 3 years, he's over 400 wins. Warren Spahn. We could have had 4 guys in the 400 win club. We've got, actually, there's 5, 400 or more. Cy Young is the 500 club. Walter Johnson's the only 400 win club. But 3 other guys could have joined him. Christy Mathewson, Pete Alexander, and this guy Warren Spahn. Give them more years, they get into the 400 win club. They were that good. All right, that's my top 10 pitchers of all time, combining offense and defense. The 2 best defensive guys are Greg Maddux and Pete Alexander, according to the defensive categories I looked at. But as far as my top 10, I'm going with Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson, Cy Young, Nolan Ryan, Sandy Koufax, Greg Maddux, Pete Alexander, Randy Johnson, Lefty Grove, and Warren Spahn. Now, that order, if I put some other guys and mix them around, interchange them, it wouldn't matter that much. But according to me, I'm going to stick with this list. What do you think? All right, I'm done with defense. I've looked at all 9 defensive categories in the book I wrote. This book. The best gloves on the baseball field. I looked at first base. Who did I pick? I had the top 10 first basemen. I have a video on that. Who did I pick? I picked Lou Gehrig on that one. Number 1. And then second base, I picked Roger Hornsby. Third base, I picked Mike Schmidt. Shortstop, I picked Honus Wagner. Number 1 on each case. Left field, I went with Ted Williams. Center field, I went with Ty Cobb. Right field, I went with Babe Ruth. Catcher, I went with Mike Piazza. You may be upset with that one. And then in the pitcher, I go with Walter Johnson. So I'm done with that. I have another book here. I'm going to start a series of videos. Top 5. Now, I've been doing top 10. A lot of videos. But this book I wrote, Yearly Leaders of Every Batting Category. I've got a lot of information in this book, and I'm going to put them in YouTube videos. The top 5 in certain offensive categories. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to list the top 5 guys in a certain offensive category who finished top 5 in seasons. Who has the most seasons finishing top 5 in a certain category? I've got a lot of videos to cover on that one. So stay tuned. Talk to you later. I'm out.